Today we're taking another look at Solana's Sol coin, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see Sol go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome into Solana's Sol coin chart, guys. If you'd like to buy Sol or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And fortunately, we have now started to see a bit of a curve in the direction of the price. Unfortunately though, since last video, we did break down as we had anticipated. So I'll just zoom in so we can see a bit of what is going on. I predicted last video that we would break down from this flag pattern, and that is exactly what occurred, and we would go down to at least, at bare minimum, our key point of support, and that was sitting at $124. Now unfortunately that too broke, and we continued moving in a downwards direction, as you can see here, and we got to a low, and that was on the 24th of January, and that low was a value of $80.67, unfortunately, as you can see there. But we are now starting to curve in an upwards direction, which is ideal, currently sitting at a value of $107.41. So we're back over the $100 mark, a good psychological point to try and maintain. So hopefully this momentum does continue. Interestingly enough, the momentum hasn't been driven, as you can see, by large amounts of volume. Whilst yes, the big red days were big sell-offs, the green days that we're seeing now aren't showing the same sorts of volume. So to me, that shows that there is still some hesitancy, but it also shows that the selling pressure has died off significantly. And we'll be able to see that reflected in the RSI. And the RSI is showing that obviously we were oversold 22nd January, our lowest point at 21.17, but we have had a sharp uptick in the RSI. We're currently sitting at a value right now over here of 41.34. That is a relatively sharp uptick considering that we haven't really gone up too much in price and we haven't seen too much volume occurring. And the reason for this is the fact that whilst yes, the volume is small and the price is increasing, means basically all, if not the vast majority of the momentum is buying momentum. So that is positive in that sense. But before we check the MACD, I'm getting my tongue tied there. Let's put in some key points that we need to target. So first and foremost, of course, we've got this $124, $125 mark right about here. That's important. 20-day moving average, that is currently sitting at $114. Also very important as well. From a horizontal perspective of where we're at, I think right now we have just hit a key point of support when we hit our low, and that was sitting at about $80 from the previous price action that we saw last year in about August time. So we're going to put our support point in right about there. That is a major point of support. The next major point after that's at $58. So hopefully we don't see that value anytime in the near future. Zooming in now, as I mentioned, we are starting to curve up. So the key point that we need to basically get past is going to be this 20-day moving average sitting here. If we can get through that, hopefully what we will see is a test then of this point up here at $124, $125. A breakout of that would be ideal. Now I've also noticed as well, we've seen a few interesting things in the past few days. We've seen firstly the 20-day moving average cross below the 200-day moving average, which is not a good sign. It means in the short term we aren't performing well, and it looks like this 50-day moving average is moving very, very close to that 200-day. We do not want that to occur. That would be a death cross and a very negative indicator for Solana in the long term. So hopefully we don't see that occur, but we need to see that buying volume coming in and driving the price in an upwards direction, much like that. If we don't see that occur, then things aren't looking too good at this point in time, unfortunately. Let's have a quick look at the MACD. Let's bring that one up. Moving average convergence divergence. Now, another bullish indicator as we're seeing right now. I'm just going to reset that one. There we go. The 12-day EMA has just crossed above the 26-day EMA, a very, very bullish sign. But in order for this to actually act, we need that buying volume coming in. The volume at the moment is still very light, as I mentioned. If the buying volume doesn't come in, we're only going to get something a bit like that, maybe slightly higher, as you can see, but it won't last long and will continue downwards. So we need to see the volume start to come into play. We need to see this cross be significant, not shallow like we've seen over here, and we need to see the price of SOL start to rise. My target for today's video should be quite clear. The target is A, break through the 20-day moving average at $114, then B, ideally hit that $124, $125 mark, which is our key horizontal point of resistance. That wraps up today's analysis on Solana's SOL coin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.